Hi, it's me, India. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to make another video, and this word is so beautiful because it just first came as a thought, and I don't know, I just didn't expect for this to be something that I talk about next. It's not even something that I expected God to really say to me, because it was yesterday when I was talking to God, and I was telling him about, all the stuff that I was feeling, dealing with, and I was talking to him about contentment. And one thing he told me is, it posed first as a question in my mind. And I thought, like, what if being comfortable isn't a sign of you being lazy, or you don't care, or you aren't, or you're just gonna basically stay where you are in life? What if you being comfortable is actually a sign that you are going to get out of what you're in and what you're going through? I'm not sure about you, but I've seen posts online that I feel like can apply to some people. I'm not saying that it's not fully true, but I've seen posts and videos online of, some people saying that, you have to get uncomfortable, or you have to get out of comfortability, and you have to be uncomfortable to reach your next destination, and you have to, be uncomfortable in order to, reach different heights, reach your destination. But that's not always the case. I feel like this video is for those of you who are like me, who struggle with perfectionism, trying to earn God's love, earn God's favor, earn God's protection. You have always been striving, and I mean really striving, even if you still just strive a little bit. But for me, I've learned to truly keep striving and striving and striving until I'm blue in the face, to try to be better, because I want to be better. And I feel like this video is for those of you who you want to be better. You have a desire burning in your heart to be better. That's why you keep striving. That's why you keep trying. Also, because you know that you want to be better. You want to be mentally well. You want to be mentally stronger. You want to be financially stable. You want to have the right heart posture towards God, and God knows that, and He sees all of that, and He sees you. But you've seen videos, maybe you've seen videos talk about that you have to get uncomfortable, and sometimes you feel guilty for being comfortable with where you are right now, because you've heard people say that that is what makes you lazy, and that is a sign that you're never going to get out of what you're in currently right now. And I know for me, I would strive, I would try, I would do so much, only to, fall and fail time after time again. And so I started to just let go and feel comfortable. I started to let go, and after failing so many times, after God talking to me so many times and telling me that it's okay, that I don't have to strive, that I don't have to keep doing, that I can just simply be, I started to get comfortable. But I felt guilty in being comfortable with where I am right now, because I started to feel like, those messages that I heard started to come back to my mind of, you have to keep going, you have to keep doing, you have to keep, or that rather you being comfortable is a sign that you're gonna stay where you are, and things like that. But I was afraid to admit and to say that out loud, and to profess that I am comfortable, because I know that God is going to get me out of what I am going through. I'm comfortable even in the bad days, even in the days where it's not the best, even the days where I am, still in the thick of my sin, my bad habits, I get comfortable because I know that I want to do better. I know that God is going to do better through me, for me, and despite of me, because he loves me. And so, yeah, God, and another thing I want to say though, is that kind of, winding back to what I said, I, for a long time, felt afraid to profess this and to say this out loud because I felt like I was just letting God do my dirty work. I was just letting God, do everything for me, and that I have to work. You hear it time after time again, faith without works is dead. But it's not really you doing the work anyways. Like, God is the one who gives us a measure of faith. It's not you who then has faith and then you do the work. It's not your faith and it's not your work. God gives you the measure of faith to carry out the plan and will that he has for your life. And through that faith, he helps you to do the work. He helps you to do the work. And this brings me into my next point about this, is because I noticed that when you profess that you are comfortable and that you don't have to do anything, there's almost a knee-jerk reaction to that. I noticed that some people think that you are denying God, or that you are saying that God, or that you're just making excuses, or that you're just being lukewarm for professing that you don't have to do anything, and that you can just trust in the finished work of God and trust that he's going to finish the work that he started in you. And there's almost a knee-jerk reaction. And I felt like, and I know that God told me that the reason why there is such a knee-jerk reaction and such a negative response to this is because people are bitter and upset because they are doing the work. They are doing the work in their own strength. And so when they see somebody else not doing the work and being comfortable and trusting and resting in God, they get offended because they have to get up and work. They have to get up and try to make things happen. They are essentially doing things on their own strength. Even if God does give them the instruction or the assignment to do what he called them to do, they are still doing it in their own strength in a way. They are still not truly trusting in the power of God to strengthen them to do it. And so when they see someone else trusting in the work of God, there is a jealousy, or there is a bitterness there because they have to work. And that doesn't even have to be there, because God calls all of his children to rest. And he wants all of us to trust in him so that he can do the work through us and in us, despite of us. Because like I said, he loves us. It reminded me of the prodigal son, when the son left the father's house and he spent all his money on, sinful things that was fruitless. And he came back home, and the son who stayed, who I'm assuming really was obedient to the father, he stayed, he didn't spend his money on things like that. So in a sense, he was obedient. He was the good child, right? But he got upset that the son got the robe, he got the party thrown for him, because he felt like he wasn't obedient. He went out there and spent all his money. He went out there and did sinful things, and he's getting a party, he's getting a robe. And to me, that story matches perfectly with this message that God has given me, because I feel like we do that in the body a lot. And it's something I've seen, it's something I've witnessed, and it's something I've done myself. I have a whole testimony and story about that in and of itself, but I find that the anger and the jealousy and the hatred and even the bitterness comes when we see other people resting in God, because we ourselves haven't truly trusted in the finished work of Christ, and we truly haven't trusted in, what he has done for us, because we're still trying to in some way earn our place in heaven, or earn our our love for him or his love for us, or just do things out of obedience to him. You know, I'm not saying that their hearts aren't, like, I feel like it is genuine in the sense that they want to please God, but they just still they're still doing it from a place of trying to earn. And I know that's something that's really hard to unlearn, because we're still thinking about doing and striving and achieving rather than trusting, resting, and like I said earlier, which is the beginning of this message, like just being comfortable. It's okay to be comfortable. You know, I think that maybe not always, but I think that the point of being uncomfortable is to eventually get comfortable anyways. So why not be comfortable all the way through? This is to say that we will never be uncomfortable, that we will never do uncomfortable things in this life, that hard work is not a reality, and that God doesn't require us to do any work, but it's the work that we're going to do for him, and he's going to do that through us, and he's going to empower us to do it. And I feel like I was really able to see this because I've been so burnt out these past few couple of years with working and striving, and now that I'm in this place of rest with God, I physically can't do anything unless he helps me to do it. So yeah, God has been really working on me. He's been really helping me. He's been really guiding me and leading me through all of this, and I didn't do a thing. Even the things that I did do, he gave me the strength to do it. Like, he put it on me to do it. It wasn't me mustering up the strength, mustering up the courage, because I didn't have the strength and I don't have the courage. I don't have anything outside of Christ, because in the word he says that apart from me you can do nothing. And that is so true. Like, I can't do anything apart from Christ. And the things, like I said, the things that I did, he helped me to do it. He made it easy for me. Literally, he has made it easy for me. It has been hard at times, but I can ultimately say that it has been easy for me. Again, this isn't to say that life isn't hard, things that he tells me to do isn't hard, but again, I just want to keep emphasizing that he helps me to do it. It's not me mustering up my own courage to do anything. It's literally just all him helping me to do what I need to do for his kingdom and for my family and just for myself. And you know, it's crazy because when I got this revelation, I was literally lying down on my bed. Like, I was just venting to him, and I didn't have to, you know, study, and I didn't have to force this out of him, or really just sit still, like shut my eyes super tight and be like, God, okay, what are you saying? And like get super quiet. Like, the room was essentially quiet, you know, like I didn't have my TV on, but like it didn't take so much effort. I just talked to him and he talked to me. And I feel like that's another that's evident for me, or evidence to me, that you know, you don't have to do, just, you know, you don't have to do. So just trust, just have faith, you know. I think there was something else that I wanted to say as well. I want to write a scripts for videos so bad, but I just can't do it. Like, I just feel awkward. Like, I just really want to free flow and really talk from my heart when he tells me stuff like this, so it can be more organic and so that it can be less scripted and edited and stuff. I just really want to come on here and just talk to you all like I'm sitting down in front of a friend or something and just talking, but like just without a script, but I do feel like I need to start making scripts so I don't forget what I wrote down on my phone, and I'm literally using my phone to record. So but yeah, it's okay to be comfortable. Like I said, it's okay to profess that. You don't have to be ashamed. You don't have to pretend like you need to be one of the Christians who are suffering all the time. And I think suffering sometimes in the body of Christ is looked at as like such a badge of honor, like I'm suffering, I'm fighting, and rarely is joy and being comfortable is looked at as something that is honorable and joyful. It's always dying or suffering or crying and just really being up in arms about things that happen to us. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I sound so monotonous right now, but it's like kind of late, and I was at the gym today, so I'm kind of tired, and I didn't even bother to clean up my background. So I just hope you guys don't mind. But if you do, just, I guess, I don't know, just listen and look away. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say for this video. If I have anything else to say, I'm gonna come back and edit. But thanks for watching, guys. Bye.